Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be done from my car in Carline to pick up my son because it's just been that kind of month, honestly. I actually just got over bronchitis and an ear infection. I had the joy of getting a cold and it went away, and then it, I don't know, came back, I guess, and gave me bronchitis, and then I also got an ear infection with it. So I had to get 2 different antibiotics because the first one just didn't work, and the second one hopefully is working. But that's why I didn't do a video last week, in case there's anybody that like waits for my videos to come out every week. Luckily for me, it was Thanksgiving, so people were probably just like, oh, it's a holiday, you know, I'm sure she's busy, which I was, but I also had bronchitis, so I couldn't talk. Voice is coming back, cough is going away, so we are good. Today I just wanted to come on here and talk about my book because I wrote a book and now it is published, which I'm super excited about. I really should have gotten this out before I started this video. Shit. This is what it looks like. I'll put up a picture of it because I have a picture of it. But I wrote it a few years ago when I was bedridden, and I, at the time, was suffering from undiagnosed lupus. And I actually got my diagnosis of lupus during the time I was still writing the book. And so I started the book not knowing what I had, and then I finished the book having a fresh diagnosis of lupus, and I'm pretty sure I finished it when I just found out I was pregnant too. It's fiction. It is a love story, not necessarily a romance, but like definitely a love story. The characters, you follow them over the course of 10 years, so it's not just like, you know, the weekend romance or a week in Paris or whatever. It takes place in Indiana and Maine. So if you live in either of those places, I'm sure you'll recognize some landmarks or some common things. But yeah, it is up on Amazon. I will post a link if you guys want to check it out. You can get it in Kindle, paperback, or hardcover. So if you guys want to read it, I would love for you to read it, and definitely let me know what you think. And if you really want to, like if you really want to go above and beyond, you can also leave a review on Goodreads or Amazon. Both of them are super helpful. I'm really proud of it. Like, I'm really happy that I wrote it, and I really love that it's out now. I did want to tell just like a little bit of the story of like how I wrote a book. At the time, I had arthritis. Like, I had been to a rheumatologist. She just put me on prednisone. She said that I had rheumatic fever and unknown arthritis, I believe is what she put. And so it was really frustrating, and I was on prednisone, and I was also on Plaquenil, but I couldn't afford the Plaquenil, and so I got off of that, and then I was on Lodine, which is just like super strong ibuprofen. And I was working for this company. I was working as a therapist for kids with autism. I was doing ABA. Don't crucify me, I know it's controversial, but it's changed a lot since back in the day. I was doing ABA therapy, and I had some differences with the company that I was working for, and so I had applied to grad school to become a board certified behavioral analyst, and then I was about to get married. This was 2016, and I was in pain. I was in so much pain. It was hard for me to go to work. Okay, my phone just said I hit the storage limit, so it wasn't letting me record, so I had to delete some stuff. But back to where I was. So I was in pain all the time, and I was just a few months away from getting married, and I was gonna, you know, take some time off for the actual wedding and then the honeymoon afterwards. So I decided I was going to get a job after the wedding, and I was just gonna take a few months to work on this book idea that I had. And so, of course, during that time, if you've seen my other videos, you know I just went downhill really quickly. And then after the wedding, I was so sick and so unhealthy, I became bedridden. So the book was really the only focus I had during that time, other than making doctor's appointments and trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with me. It honestly really kept me afloat. It was like I had something that I was making progress on, even though it didn't feel like I was making any progress with my life. My ex-husband and I had experienced a miscarriage right before the wedding. And so since my health was so bad, we weren't trying again. And so I kind of had that void where I like had a baby and then didn't have a baby. And I really wanted one. I wasn't able to try because of my health, and my health wasn't getting any better. It was getting worse. And it's such a weird thing to wake up every single day thinking, today I'm going to get better. And then you just get worse and worse and worse and worse. And that was what I ran into. And so the book was just almost a lifeline for me, where it was like, it was something that I could work on, that I really enjoyed. And so now to actually have it in print, to be able to share it with people, you know, these were my friends during that time. Like, being bedridden, it is the most isolated. Like, I don't want to say the most, because, you know, somebody will be like, oh, what about this? And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, you win. But it is definitely the most isolated I have ever been. My family was all out of state, or at least, I mean, the closest family member I had was an hour away, you know, so they can't just pop over. They can't just, you know, make you dinner whenever or something. And so, and then all my friends who I had graduated with from college and stuff like that, they were all doing their own thing. You know, they were moving on, going to grad school, getting married, you know, doing all these things. And I really wasn't able to do any of those things because I was stuck at home in bed. And so these characters were my friends. This story was the life that I was living, even though I couldn't live my own life, or at least that's how it felt. So if you want to, check it out. And if you really want to, leave a review. I would love it. I'm really excited to share this with you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll see ya.